Hello there, and welcome along to another exciting day of sports right here on the Weekend Show. I am Monday Thomas, please a sponge to take you around the world of sports. But before the conversation gets on the way, why not let's take a look at the excitement we saw in sports over the week. Basically, a recap of some scintillating action. And we begin on Sunday where we saw a super classic Sunday that was the first Manchester derby of the season. And Erling Braut Haaland was the name on everyone's lips as he netted twice to see Manchester United Manchester City beat Manchester United by 3-0. Then on Monday, once again, Toby Amusan proved why she is the most reliable athlete as far as the Nigerian Athletic Federation is concerned. Just like she clinched gold medal in the 2022 Oregon Championship, in Tokyo, that was on Monday, she clinched silver medal, the only medal Nigeria were able to amass at the just concluded Tokyo 2025 Championship. And then on Tuesday, the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League returned, and we saw goals galore indeed. And of course, Paris Saint-Germain making a huge statement on why they can reclaim the UEFA Champions League title by beating Atlanta by 4-0. On the screen is Erling Braut Haaland. He became the fastest player to score 50 goals in the UEFA Champions League, and that was netting against Napoli on Thursday. On Wednesday, we're still talking about the UEFA Champions League, but the name on everyone's lips right now on Wednesday was Jose dos Santos Felix Mourinho. After 25 years of his first managerial duty for Benfica, he returns to the Estadio de Luz, and his first game as a Benfica manager in the UEFA Champions League will be an action against Chelsea, which is his former side. And then on Thursday, we saw the penultimate day to the conclusion of the Tokyo 2025, that is the World Athletic Championship. And as you can see on the standings, it was America who finally amassed with the most medals, and as well as Kenya, who were very much making Africa proud. For Nigeria, they only had to settle for a silver medal. And then on Friday, Umtiti showed up in Lyon for the very last time as he was honored by the fans. If you can remember, on Wednesday, he had announced his retirement from football at the age of 31. Do not forget that Umtiti is a World Cup winner. And then what are we expecting today as far as the EPL is concerned and the rest of European top 5 leagues? We have some blockbuster encounters to look out for in the EPL. And now let's return for the conversation, and definitely we need to take a look at the game of the week, which is definitely going to be the base of our conversation. And for the first time in the Weekend Show, as far as I'm concerned, that we are going to have 2 games of the week, one in Tokyo and the other in Paris. All right, I was expecting also another exciting encounter, which was Paris Saint-Germain beating Atlanta by 4-0 in the UEFA Champions League. Well, a bit of a glitch right there. We're going to talk about that. But let's get things on the way. And joining me this morning is the ever-present MC Samm. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
I mean, your predictions of the Manchester derby, can you remind me of what it was?
I said I can't. I don't know who.
Okay, because of the current form of the both sides. But before we get to talk football right now, we definitely have to talk about Paris Saint-Germain and their brilliance in the Champions League, and as well as Erling Haaland. But let's talk about Toby Amusan. Just concluded Tokyo 2025 Athletic Championship. Once again, Toby Amusan is a name on everyone's lips. I mean, winning silver medal. But do not forget that there's a particular name that could have clinched a medal for Nigeria in just the final day, Nathaniel Ezekiel. He finished 4th, and there were controversies of the person who finished first, Ray Benjamin, who had clipped a hurdle and it interfered in another competitor. So it was controversial that if Ray Benjamin was taken out, that means Nathaniel Ezekiel would have finished 3rd. But that didn't happen. But the only thing that happened for Nigeria, in favor of Nigeria, was a silver medal at the World Athletic Championship. And it was Toby Amusan. Spare word for this feisty young lady who is hoisting the Nigerian flag.
To be honest, I'm very, very happy Yeah, she made us smile. She made us happy. As we have somebody to point to that won a medal. We are very, very happy. We are grateful to God for giving us a unique lady like that.
It was the same Topia Musan who came online, who called out the Nigerian Federation, Athletics Federation, for not providing the right apparatus for the athletes. I saw the kits for the American contingent at the World Athletic Championship. It came with a suitcase, but for Nigeria, the jersey, the kit that they had to use for the event came with just a small bag. And Tobia Musan was calling out, and other athletes was like, hey, Nigeria can do better. I mean, do you think that if the body, I mean, that is supporting sport in the country get to concentrate on these athletes more, we could see more medals than just a silver medal at the championship?
One thing I'm very sure of is Nigeria is very talented with all
That's one
in
thing,
every
certainly.
sport. In every sport. The one other major issue is the federation, the body in charge of this sport, they are not doing well. That's just the truth. We are not taking right steps. We are not making right moves. We are not doing right sponsorship. There are some countries, the money they spend in preparation for all these sporting events, you would think it's a big. I'm looking for the perfect word to use. I'll try to say they spend carefully, but
They're very
meaningful.
prudent.
Meaningful. This is carefully and meaningful. Now, they don't just spend money because they want to spend. They spend because it's necessary. And sport is something that it's important. But it's just like in Nigeria, to be honest, sometimes if some of the bodies of the people in charge of these bodies, sometimes they just do things like they are forcing them to do it, and sometimes we don't even know them. That is why we can't even accuse them that they are not doing well. We don't even know some of them. We are not doing well in our sport bodies. We are not doing well.
All right, that has just concluded World Athletic Championship, a wake-up call for the AFN, and that is the masterful performance it was from the Parisian. And one unusual stuff going on right now in the camp of Paris Saint-Germain is that Luis Enrique is now viewing the game from the stands in the first 45 minutes. He said he got the cue from rugby coaches on how to see the game from a very different perspective. Now let's talk about Paris Saint-Germain. 4-0 thrashing of considerably a big side in Europe, Atlanta. They won the 2 seasons ago, the Europa League, where Demola Lookman was on fire. Now Paris Saint-Germain beating Atlanta by 4-0. Do you think they can charge their way through to defending the UEFA Champions League title?
To be honest, I see for Atlanta, because Atlanta sold Lookman to me, I feel that they're not that strong side again. To me,
Okay.
that is my calculation. So them beating Atlanta 4-0, I wasn't surprised. I feel that should be normal, because Atlanta at the moment, they lost. To me, they lost their key man. So I feel that is one major reason why they played PSG and lost 4-0 easily. It's because they lost Lookman.
So you think it's because they took on Atlanta? You heard the commentary just on that video that they take on Barcelona in the next game. So you think they can't replicate something close to that against Barca?
They can never replicate. Against Barcelona, replicate 4-0. It's not possible now. Let's be honest. I will remind you to next week. It's not possible that they beat Barca 4-0.
All right, let's wait until the next UEFA Champions League match day. But before we get to that, Erling Braut Haaland scored 50 goals in 49 UEFA Champions League. That's the fastest player to do that. Spare a word for him.
Unique. That guy is just unique. To be honest, I remember when it was under 17 when he scored 9 goals. You remember when he did score 9 goals? We were like, there were a lot of predictions that he's going to score a lot of goals before Man City bought him and all that. I was thinking, to be honest, he was going to die off, like the way some of these players that will start well and before you know, we can't find them anymore. I was thinking he's not going to do well.
One season wonder.
All those kind of things. Then all of a sudden, I just noticed the guy refused giving up. In fact, he keeps improving. He keeps improving. That is one sure thing.
The fastest player to score 50 home goals for Manchester City. The fastest player to score 50 goals in the UEFA Champions League, doing that in just 49 appearances. And now let's get to talk basketball before we return to having a feel of what we are expecting later on today in the English Premier League, as we are going to know who are the real kings of Merseyside by 12:30 Nigerian time, where Liverpool will take on Everton. That is a very serious Merseyside derby. Well, on your screen right now are the latest ranking of the FIBA, and it concerns basketball right now. And as you can see, from number 1 to 20, Nigeria are nowhere near top 20. They are currently in 53rd position after failing to make it to the finals of the just concluded Afro Basket. And now is the games that we are expecting later on today. We know that some blockbuster encounters are happening today. Manchester United will take on Chelsea by 5:30 Nigerian time, but 12:30 would get to see Liverpool versus Everton. And tomorrow we'll get to see at the Emirates Stadium Arsenal taking on Manchester City. Let's wrap things up with your predictions. You're the one holding the show right now.
Arsenal is the best team in Premier League at the moment. So Arsenal is going to beat Man City 2-1.
Chelsea, Man U Chelsea.
Man U Chelsea. I don't like saying I don't like saying this, but Chelsea is definitely going to win.
Just for a brief moment of levity, on the internet, some people are saying that Jota somewhere, somehow, supernaturally, is the one helping Liverpool get all these late winners. How many late winners have we seen Liverpool win this season? Against Atletico, against Bournemouth, against Newcastle. Do you think they can survive Everton? Like, Everton are not a bad side, although, of course, we know Liverpool are the superior as far as Merseyside is concerned. So, your predictions?
Against Everton, I don't see them surviving Everton. I see them beating Everton.
Okay, so they're going to beat Everton.
Yes.
Definitely, we can't beat time on the show, and we have to say our goodbyes for now. Special thanks to you, MC Sam. I remain Monday Thomas. Yeah. And up next is a breakfast segment.